Welcome back. Konnichiwa. Herzlich willkommen. So guys, my first video for 2025 on NIO guys. So we have here very interesting chart setup, and I'm very honest with you before we start with the video. I think NIO has a very high potential to squeeze, or at least to have a big bull run in 2025. The market is now very bullish, so we have here squeeze after squeeze after squeeze, and of course I will let you know all the technical details here for NIO. This is of course not financial advice. Yeah, first of all guys, behind the scenes we have here a short interest of 154 million shares. If my calculation is right, when we see what the short sellers are doing here behind the scenes. Unfortunately, I have not too many information here in Fintel. You can see that the float is not available here, but we have 154 million shares short. Before, the last reported numbers here in December has been 195 million, so they covered around 40 million shares, but I don't know the actual float. The last number on the float which I had was 1.3 billion shares, and that means that the actual short interest should be around 11%. The last reported time here was in July, and it was 9%. So that means that overall the short interest is a little bit increasing, but you can see that we had much higher numbers here. 194 million shares have been short, and now the short sellers covered already some of them. If those numbers are correct, don't nail me on that. You can see that Fintel is not showing here any kind of information. But what does that mean? That there is of course a short interest behind NIO, but not too high in my opinion, not too strong, and we have here a short squeeze potential. NIO had something here like a bull run or a massive squeeze when we came back here below $2. That was the final shakeout here. $2.35, $2.20 was here the final shakeout before we saw a squeeze. And you can see when we start here with the chart that we have some green lines and some orange lines here in the chart. And that means, guys, the orange lines mean we have open gaps to the downside. The chance that we close those gaps is very high, around 90%. The only question is if NIO starts to squeeze before to the upside, or if we have to close all those gaps before we see a squeeze or even a short squeeze here in 2025. To answer that, I will show you here my chart techniques, of course. So we focus on the drawings, not what the news are telling us. We want to understand where the algos are waiting, and I show you now here all the details by using TradingView, guys. Yeah, before we continue here, my mission is here, of course, to educate you in trading. This is the main purpose here why I started this channel. But what I also love to do is to predict short squeezes, guys. I try to predict here a squeeze as well for NIO, but we have, of course, tickers which squeezing much faster in a much shorter time range, and that's why I always release here on Sunday. So brand new videos out today. I release my so-called hot stocks. And when I release a hot stock video on Sunday, that means I expect those tickers to squeeze in the very few next days. So you can call it a squeeze prediction for the upcoming trading week. You can see here my members made a lot of profits already here on some of my member stocks. And as I said, yeah, this is here, the brand new video is available right now. We had just a very big squeeze here by the end of the year. Last day of December, one of my hot stocks squeezed 640%. Also in the predicted date range here, I missed it by 1 day because I didn't calculate the bank holiday on Christmas, but we have been perfectly here in the date range. We touched here my price level targets and had a 641% short squeeze, guys. Blah, blah, blah. If you want to see those short squeeze stocks, you can of course join in here our trading community. Yeah, the most popular membership which I have is the full package membership here on Patreon. We are growing very quick, guys, and every day new members joining in here. So take your chance. You get a lot of benefits here when you join in the full package membership on Patreon. When you click the info icon here, you get access to the Patreon member link. And guys, I have a brand new Twitter X account, so you can also follow me on Twitter X if you want to. Don't miss any updates. I will post also some information, ideas there about stocks and so on. So don't miss that, guys. Take your chance and follow me on X as well. So guys, for NIO, what we have, so when we focus here on the trend channel pattern which we have, which is in control here, if you didn't see my previous videos, for NIO, this trend channel pattern here is in control. And yeah, let's say blocks NIO to squeeze or to have massive squeezes. Of course, we have here swing trade squeeze potential. When we see, for example, this price action here, was also 130%. So this is of course good for swing traders, but we want to see here much higher price levels for NIO, and we want to see a breakout. What does that mean? As long as we trade below this white trend line here, that means that the bearish algos are in control and we will just follow the pattern here. However, guys, the situation is changing a little bit for NIO, because we have here something like a sideways trading and something like a technical support, a technical bottom at $3.73. So this price line here, this blue line, is for now our technical support, and the resistance, the main resistance, I mentioned it already in my previous videos, is $5.37. The pink line here is what I call the make it or break it price level, or a squeeze trigger price level, which we have to break to see a short squeeze. Yeah, and based on today, you can see if we would see a straight line to the upside here today, we still would be not able to squeeze. We still would get rejected here at this trend line here. But I think we're coming now very close to see a showdown here for NIO. That could happen in the very few next weeks. As I said, we have a lot of squeezes in the market, and if the market is so bullish, then it's just a matter of time until also these stocks here start to break out. That is maybe already the bottom here at $3.73, because we tested it already 2 times here in April 2024. The next test was here in August 2024, and now in 2025 maybe we see one more retest, or if we fail, that would be a problem. Then we would tank to the next lower price levels. In my opinion, guys, in a perfect world, yeah, when I talk about a perfect dream trading world, and when I try to think like a market maker, we have the open gaps to the downside. We cannot ignore that. We have one open gap here waiting at $3.34. We have one open gap here at $2.54, and here in the daily chart also at $1.55. We cannot ignore that. That means technically the price has to come down to close those gaps sooner or later. But that can take years, guys. That can take years until we close those gaps. That's why we have to review the chart and have to see the actual price levels. And the biggest and strongest support which we have right now is here between $3.73 and $3.30, guys. This is now a very strong support for NIO, and if we don't break that, there is no reason to go lower to the other price levels. But of course the open gaps are still in the chart. We have of course a lot of open gaps to the upside as well. So as soon as we break $5.37, this is where I expect here a squeeze to happen for NIO, and of course I will update you here on the channel when this happens. The bear case scenario is that we will come lower. There was a reason why I didn't make an update the past trading days, because we had no price action here. We are right now compressed between here the EMA lines and this bullish liquidity zone, so there was no reason for an update, but I think we will see here some volatility incoming in the next days. The bear case is, guys, that we lose the support at $3.73 and go lower than $3.30, then $2.56 or $2.66. Between these two prices here, $2.66 to $2.56 would be the next technical support for NIO. Yeah, guys, very interesting ticker. I'm really looking forward here to something happens to the upside in 2025. Don't get scared by the market makers. If they shake you out here out of your positions, I will buy those dips. Not financial advice. This is my personal strategy. I think we will see a lot of price action here to the upside for NIO. Make your own due diligence. I could be totally wrong, but if you want to copy the price levels here from my chart, then of course you can do that by pausing the video. And what you see here is called TradingView. I think, guys, this is now the perfect opportunity here if you want to learn trading or really want to become a professional or independent trader. You need a good chart program. You need, of course, some patience, and you need some let's call it, tutorials. I have a lot of tutorials available here on Patreon as well. So if you want to start trading, guys, then you should start with a good chart program, and this is called TradingView, and I can give you here, of course, a discount link. If you want to get that program for yourself, you can click the info icon here in the corner. Then you get access to my $15 discount link, and I recommend the premium tier. This is also what I use here for my videos and for all my trades. My friends, that was the first update here on NIO for 2025. Check out also my Twitter X account if you want. And if you don't want to miss any updates on NIO or my other short squeeze stocks, then please hit the like and subscribe button right now. I appreciate that, guys. I wish you a nice day and see you in the next Video. Arigato gozaimasu, vielen Dank, alles Gute und bis zum nächsten NIO-Video. Take care. Bye bye, guys.